Hey Capricorn, welcome to your weekly forecast for September 2nd through the 8th. We're going to connect here and see what's coming up the week ahead for our Capricorn Sun, Moon, and Rising friends. I'm going to use two different oracle decks here this week because the energies seem to me like they've been kind of deep. I don't know if I want to say heavy, but they've been deep. I feel like a lot of people are in deep thought. I feel like a lot of people are feeling some deep emotions. So I'm like, you know what? Let's do the oracle. Let's get deep this week, guys. Let's see what's coming up for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Here is your Monday, Tuesday. Here is your Wednesday, Thursday. No more mermaids, guys. We're all done with the mermaid theme. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Here on the side of the earth where I reside, it is going to be fall. So we're having our transition into the fall with the theme anyway for the channel. All right, Monday, Tuesday, we have surrender. So Capricorn, some things might be going different than what you had planned. Cancer had a similar kind of start to the week or similar kind of message. Now, I do want to say for you all, you did get a different card from them, so your situation is probably going to be different than theirs. But you're coming into a time where it's like you might be finding it challenging and that you're having to relinquish, and people don't like hearing this, they get very angry. Okay, I'm gonna say something, Capricorn. Hear me out and bear with me. We do manifest our life and we do manifest our future, and there's a lot that we can create with our thoughts. But sometimes there's a different path. Sometimes the universe or God or spirit or whatever you choose to call it has a different path for us. And a lot of you haven't been feeling fulfilled. And so you may have been going after certain goals or certain things to make that happen. And you're probably coming into a time where you are about to be redirected towards really what's gonna make you happy. Like your angels and guides have been watching you, and you're like this kid with the blindfold over your eyes, and you've got the stick, and you're trying to hit the piñata, and you are just going everywhere but to the piñata, right? And the universe is just coming up, and I don't feel like it's a tower moment, so don't panic. But the universe is just coming up very gently and just like an adult, putting its hands on your shoulders and just very gently directing you towards that piñata so you can really hit the mark and get all the candy, get all the prizes coming out of it, okay? You are being redirected. And again, I don't feel or sense a tower moment. I just feel like you are on the verge of being pleasantly surprised, but right now you might not be able to see that. You don't know what's happening. You're just like, why isn't it happening according to plan? And so there's certain things that we can absolutely manifest, but we also have to be open to sometimes there being a bigger plan. And Capricorn, I feel like you all are in that energy of the bigger plan. Also, all the butterflies that are just kind of jumping out here, it's a massive transition, massive transformation. I also feel there's like this sense or this boost in inspiration that's coming your way. So whatever it is that you do, you're going to have a lot of ideas in how to do it better in terms of your projects, your hobbies, your career or work. There's a lot of inspiration coming your way. For some of you, I feel like the beginning of the week is starting off where there's been some really big burden on your shoulders and you're feeling it lift. You're just, something is happening where some door is opening up, some solution, some miracle is coming your way, and you're able to surrender it and to give it to your higher power. Some of you, it's like, I feel like some of you may have been bargaining with your higher power. Like, if you could just help me with this, then I promise I'll do whatever you want me to do. I know I've been there in my life. And that's how I ended up here. That's how I ended up doing the readings and the energy healing work. You know, this was not my plan. Spirit pushed me to do this, and Spirit made it very clear to me that nope, this is what you're gonna do, and this is all you're gonna do. This is gonna be what you're gonna do. This is gonna be your path. This is gonna be your job. This is gonna be what you do all the time. And so, some of you, Capricorn, you're coming into your barter with the universe, with your higher power. So, something is being solved or something is being fixed for you, but it's also placing you on the path of like where you're meant to be, or what's going to be best or most suited for you in this life, right? But it might be coming by way of some burden being lifted off your shoulders. I really do feel that for some of you, like a really massive burden being lifted off your shoulders. So next here, we've got protection, okay? So you are being told that you're being protected. This is really interesting, Capricorn, because you don't have the same cards as Cancer, but you have a very similar theme and you have very similar cards. So I would not be surprised if some of you are on that, like, you know, you have it in your moon or rising, or you're like a Cancer Capricorn mix, or if you're dealing with a Cancer or you have a tricky situation involving a Cancer, a partner, family member, something, because you all have kind of like a similar situation or a similar energy, or you may find yourself gravitating towards Cancer zodiac people this week, because you all might have not an identical energy but similarities. You know what's jumping out at me here is this flash, and this is gonna sound very interesting to some of you, but this is making me think of Archangel Michael. Now, Archangel Michael is, in my experience, in my meditations, the way that I have encountered Archangel Michael is always blue, okay? And there have been times when I've been meditating on something, or there's been a tricky situation, and I've had this blue flash come in, like Michael has come in by means of a blue flash. And Michael is saying, in that instance, giving me a sign that this is a moment of divine intervention. You are being steered away, or someone or something is being kept away from you, because this is not a good situation, or this is not a good mix, at least for right now, right? So some of you may be feeling very, very overwhelmed and waiting for something to happen, or you might be hung up on a specific person or wanting to hear from them, and it's not happening because you're being protected. There's something happening behind the scenes that you might not be aware of, but there's some divine intervention protecting you. And so I do feel, because this flash made me think of Michael, even though it's not really blue, I do feel, Capricorn, that a lot of you are going to be connecting with Archangel Michael this week, and that a lot of you are going to be receiving signs that you're being watched over, okay? Some of you might see the colored lights or the flashes. Some of you may experience it in that way. You may receive signs in another way. I feel like, and this is another interesting thing, the swans, or I think they're gooses or swans. They're swans, right? They're swans jumping out here with the long necks. I'm just going to give you a heads up, Capricorn. I feel like there's somebody whom you've been putting yourself out there for, whether it's a coworker, a family member, even a romantic partner, somebody, like we say in the English language, we have the expression, you've been sticking your neck out for someone, right? And the whole thing that comes from birds, because birds, you know, they're very vulnerable in their neck, and sticking their neck out, it would be very easy for somebody to, you know, come and make a meal out of them. And so I feel like there's somebody who you've been, quote unquote, sticking your neck out for. That's what I heard when the swan jumped out at me. I heard there's somebody you're sticking your neck out for, and this is not going to be a good situation for you. So in order to protect you, there's going to be a divine intervention, or your angels are going to be coming in and either making it very clear to you who this person is. Either some truth is going to be revealed about them, or the situation is going to change to where they're being removed from your life, whatever it may be, but it's happening in the way that it's happening to protect you, because you are putting yourself in a vulnerable situation for a person that either is not safe for you or doesn't have good intentions for you, or this person is not going to do the same for you in the future if they had to. And so the universe is like, nope, no more of that, no more of that. So whatever's happening in the middle of the week, even if it feels or seems to be an instance of bad luck, understand and know it's happening for your protection, to look out for you. And I don't feel like something bad is happening where you're gonna be like panic, oh my god, what am I gonna do now? I just feel there might be something you've been looking forward to that's not gonna pan out the way that you had anticipated or expected. But again, it's because that you're being protected from something. You might not know what's going on, but you could be protected from something pretty significant here. Okay. The next card is reflection. Okay. So as Friday, Saturday, and Sunday comes around, you may be in the mood where you're just kind of wanting some time to chill, or you're wanting some time to think, you're wanting some time to gather your thoughts. For this reason, Capricorn, I feel that protection card midweek is going to be some truth being revealed to you about a person or situation that you were not anticipating. And I feel like this feeling or sense like this topsy-turvy. Like the people you thought were the bad guys in the situation are actually the good guys. And the people you thought were the good guys in the situation are actually maybe not the good guys, or they might even be the bad guys. So I feel, Capricorn, for a lot of you, this is going to be a lesson and what we call the gray areas. If you've been someone where you're all or nothing with people, or you see things like things are either black or they're white, like there's good and there's bad and there's right and there's wrong, you're gonna see that there's some gray areas and that sometimes things get a little bit tricky. And you're gonna see that life is composed of different shades of gray. We're all made up of different shades of gray. All right, that's just what it comes down to, my darlings. But you're going to see in that process a lot of the things that happened to you in your life that you felt were bad or unfortunate. I feel like a lot of you are having these epiphanies where you're like, oh my goodness, so that's why that happened. Or, oh my goodness, if that had never happened, I would never have had this experience or that experience. And I just feel like there's this massive cosmic puzzle. Like your life is all coming together in some massive cosmic puzzle in your mind, where you're connecting all of the dots and you're having some kind of really big epiphany. Okay? And I feel like you're wanting to be alone, not because you're sad or because something bad happened, but because like you're processing it, like, whoa, like this is very big. And then I feel like immediately or almost immediately you're wanting to share it with other people, but you're trying to think of a way to do this. So I feel whatever is happening this week is going to result in you doing something in the next 4 to 6 months that you feel is your life purpose. Okay, whether you're doing something along the lines of starting an organization, or like a grassroots movement, or some kind of activism or volunteering, or whether you're doing something along the lines of inventing something or starting a business or getting into spirituality or going into a religious ministry, or writing a book or a novel or a screenplay or a comic book or a cartoon or something. You're putting something out there that you're like, this is it. Like, this is what I need to tell people. This is the message that I need to convey. I didn't know that this is why, my life has been this way, but now I want to share it with other people to help them, to help wake them up, to help heal them, to help bring them out of darkness. Capricorn, I feel like in this reflective time, some of you are even having epiphanies where you're realizing your life could have been far, far worse. Where you're like, oh my goodness, I could have ended up being killed that night. or oh my goodness, I could have ended up going to jail that night. Or if you've been to jail, or if you've almost been killed, you're going to see things, oh, like it could have been really, really bad, right? Like this could have happened instead, or that could have happened instead. But you're realizing what you've been protected from in your life. And I know sometimes it might feel like we haven't been protected, because we're like, well, if I was protected, that wouldn't have happened to begin with. But a lot of those things are going to start making sense to you this week, Capricorn. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a look at your spirit message from this different oracle deck. And as always, guys, if you're curious about which cards I'm using, or if you want to check them out for yourselves, I always have a link in the description of the video that will take you to see the cards if you want to get them for yourself. I like to use cards that have a lot of pictures on them because they're really great for intuitive reading. I knocked over the easel. All right, here's your card. Let's just take a moment here. And that's, let's fix the easel. Okay. And let's see what your spirit messages. We have treasure. Ooh, Capricorn, what did I tell you? You guys are onto some treasure this week. I do feel that. Okay, so you're going to be able to treasure the experiences that you had, the protection that's been bestowed upon you in your life. But I do feel, again, that a lot of you are coming across something that you're creating and that you're putting out there for people that's going to be something that you treasure, okay? I do feel it's bringing in a sense of abundance for you guys. I really, really do. And I know that for a lot of Capricorns, you know, that success and that stability is important. But the reason why I feel it's coming in terms of treasure for you and not abundance is you're feeling very fulfilled by what you're doing and what you're putting out there. And I think that's something that Capricorn can sometimes come across more so than other signs. And I'm not trying to stereotype. I know some people get mad and they put in the comments that you're stereotyping. But there, you know, all signs have certain traits, and some of us have all of the traits of our sign. Some of us have some of the traits of our sign. Some of us don't have other ones. But Capricorns are very, very goal-oriented, and they're very much about like perfecting their skill, perfecting their work. And they do a lot of the times find themselves in situations where they're working to like climb up the career ladder, or they are bringing in abundance, or they are making good money. You know, sometimes Capricorns might have a taste for the finer things in life. But in that process, there can be a feeling of not enjoying what you do, or not feeling fulfilled. You know, like, here's all these things I'm feeling geared towards, but still, like, I wish I'd been doing something different, or I wish I was doing something that made me happy, instead of like doing it because it's a good income. So I feel, Capricorn, like a lot of you are being able to treasure the fact that you do have this abundance coming in, but it's coming in a way that you're doing something that's very fulfilling for you. And then the eye is jumping out at me. Okay, another sign had an eye come up, but it felt a different energy. Yours feels very different for me. In yours, I feel like your whole perception is changing. The way you're seeing yourself, the way you're seeing the world. Some of you are stepping into the aspect of being a healer, and you're bringing about healing through your gifts, whatever that might be. Okay, like I said, it could be activism, it could be volunteer service, it could be you know, creating something in terms of artistic expression, inventing something. But I feel like you're seeing opportunities to bring change, and you're going for it. And that is a beautiful thing, my darlings. Some of you may be like, hey, that's all great, but what about my love life? If you don't know, now you know. I do the love reading separately on this channel, so you can click on the link in the description to go ahead and schedule a private to watch love readings there. And you can also click on the link in the description to schedule a private reading if anybody wants a private reading. And everything is listed there, guys. The different readings I offer, the prices, how to schedule. You just go there and you schedule what works for you. You all know I love reading for you privately. And I thank you guys for watching, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you like the new September theme. It's going to change again as we're moving into October. You know, October, November theme will be a little bit different. And then we'll keep changing it. We'll see what's next. And also a different tripod too. So hopefully you guys will like that. It's not as like in your face. So I thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm wishing you a fabulous week, Capricorn.